promised you it was going to be an all-out war, and that is exactly what we got. Pinuksan ng Star Hotshots ang ating laro by dropping an 11-2 bomb.
And I got a tough group of guys that I get to coach every day. They're a group that believes that they're never going to give up until the end. And it's nice to win this game one and come back after that. But I just wanted to see our identity asserted in the second half.
Mabuhay Pilipinas, Game 2 semifinal matchup. All-out war between Alaska and Star. Ating mga starting lineups, Casio and Baguio, the backcourt para sa Alaska. Sanitos, Romeo, Travis, and Rome De La Rosa, the rookie. Kanilang mga forwards for Star Hotshots, Malyari and Barako in the backcourt. Penisi, James, a big game, James Yap, at Marcus Blakely. Ang kanilang mga forwards. Referees are Herrera, Aquino, and Mariano. This quarter is brought to us by Motolite. For express at service, call 370-6686. First possession sa red shirts ng Alaska Aces. Red shirts with the black trim. Punta sa poste agad kay Sanitos. Match up with Nick Penisi. Off the glass, quick two para kay Sanitos. We saw him do that a week ago kontra sa Barangay Ginebra. Coach Ryan, tayo rin ang umupo ron. And we saw him attacking early, trying to feed that post.
He had a very slow start this conference, probably still recuperating from various injuries. But towards the end, especially in the last two games, he was really a strong performer, especially inside the paint.
Pintis ang tira ni Penisi, but there's a steal. The first for Marcus Blakely. He's averaging about 3 of that. Easy pass, back pass patungo kay Alex Malyari, the most consistent scorer from among the locals throughout the conference para for Star Hotshots. And now they get the ball back once again. A chance to go up early here, but that's not important, as you can see in the two series so far. Yung early leader, yung pa yung natatalo in the second half. Here's a fast break brought to us by Smart. Livermore. Naloko ko nga kanina ibang coaching staff ng Star Hotshots. Gusto nyo ba magpatambak muna sa first half? Kasi nangyayari, the team that's down in the first half seems to catch up and win in the second half. That happened also last night. San Miguel over Rain or Shine. That's a 3 mula kay Baroka, brought to us by PLDT Home DSL Triple Play Plans.
What we're seeing is a determined Pure Foods hot Star team. 2 forced turnovers, and they were able to score. One on fast break and the other one on a 3-point shot. So this early, maganda yung field goal percentage ng Star Hotshots.
Mark Baroka, picking up where he left off. 15 points nga nung game 1. Ngayon, nakatref na agad. Let's see if he can keep it going. Sai Baguio, another veteran for Team Coach, rather for Alex Compton's squad, na talagang pwedeng mag-contribute dito. Hits his first jumper. That's the lead down to just 1. You know, Nick Penisi in the paint, sumisilip sa kay Romeo Travis, asking for the ball. Hindi umaabot sa kanya because they know he's not quite as comfortable in there as he is standing outside the arc.
Usually a major threat when he steps outside and shoot that 3 from beyond the white line. But if you see him posting up, hindi talaga siya nagiging target doon dahil mas face-up player siya kaysa back-to-the-basket operator.
Casio, quick release mula sa 3. Masyado malakas sa rebound. Blakely taps it over to Malyari. They're running. James Zapp will stop and pop. Got his balance. Pero nakatapak sa linya. That's just a 2 for big game, James. But a good start para sa kanya.
He had 13 points in game 1, but he only had 3 in the fourth quarter. He was complaining he might not have gotten a lot of touches, especially in the fourth. Kaya ngayon, maaga pa lang, binibigyan na siya ng mga opportunities to score.
But on that play, ang ganda ng feed to the cutting JV Casio. Absorbing the contact, heard the whistle, put it up with his left. Chance maka 3-point play to tie up this game.
Well, he's a very strong player. Usually you see him take those shots from the outside. But he has worked on his upper body strength. Kaya nakaka-finish siya ng ganung mga layup even in traffic.
Yun na nga nangyari, tabla na. 7-all ang ating score for the first deadlock. Rather, second deadlock. It started at 2-all. Baroka trying to curl around that screen. And Casio grabbed him. Ang unang foul ni JV Casio yan. Lots of time sa shot clock. 17 to shoot. Hinantay si James Yap to come out. He fakes one way, goes the other. Penisi goes cross court to Blakely. 6 to go. Nasa kanilang shot clock. James Yap looks up at the clock, steps back. Takes it. In and out para sa kanya. Under all sorts of pressure. Almost knocked it down. Travis to the trailing Casio. Nakita si Romeo Travis. They're moving that ball around, looking for the best possible shot, and they're really effective when they do that.
Tama yun, yung kanilang moving without the ball and unselfish plays which resulted to an easy basket for Sonny Toss. You just have to admire itong Alaska because of the way they play team basketball.
Tama yun. At sinong namasa nun yung rookie, si Rome De La Rosa. Nabigyan ng kumpiyansa dahil sa pag-i-start sa kanya ni Coach Alex Compton. He has delivered his contribution sa kanilang cause, making it all the way here to the semis. There's a miss. Travis nagdadala ng bola. They're up by 2. They want to add on to that. 8:30 remaining sa ating first quarter of action. This is game 2. Pinaalala namin sa lahat. Nanalo ang Alaska Aces in game number 1. That's a 3 by JV Casio. At sa atin ang PLDT Home DSL triple play plans.
A little problem with the communication, especially on the switches for Alaska. You don't want to leave JV Casio wide open. If there's no man in front of him, that means nagkamali sa switch itong kupunan ng Star.
Now Malyaris, siya naman ang atake. Short jumper for him. He gets fouled in the air. Mukha na tamaan ang kanyang braso. Sanitos is guilty of that. So that's going to be 2 shots for Alex Malyari, a guy who has really improved here in his 3rd season in the league. His free throws are going to be brought to us by Smart Livermore.
But sometimes when you switch, especially on pick and roll situations, it's the objective of the offensive team to just make the extra pass and hopefully the defense will break down. In the last few possessions of Alaska, that's what they've been doing. They've been moving the ball from left to right, making the extra pass, and waiting for the defense to stop, and that's the only time they will score an unmolested shot.
Attention PLDT Home and Smart subscribers. Enjoy entertainment everywhere with the country's biggest selection of videos on demand from iFlix. Visit iFlix.com. Start your complimentary 14-day trial today. They got the ball. Break ang kanilang fast break attempt on. Pero Blakely will attack immediately. Looking for a foul. Looks at the referee. Might have been some contact. Walang pito. Referee's letting them play so far early. Romeo Travis. Unang attempt, mintis. Rebound, James. Have you lost it? Another possession para sa Alaska Aces. And it's rebounds again that you need to secure. Well, sayong-sayo na yun. Parang ganyan. Blakely made sure they would get back that possession.
Well, that was critical, especially in game 1. The offensive rebounding might of Alaska, which resulted to a lot of second chance opportunities. That might have been the spread. 23-12 advantage for Alaska on second chance points.
That's right. Here's another jumper from Alex Malyari. Off target once again. Under 7 minutes na natitira sa ating first quarter of action. Travis bringing up the rear on offense. So these two teams very good in the half court. Pareho. They're both comfortable speeding it up or at the half court play. Itong dalawang koponan na to.
Because they're very disciplined. Alam nila that the initial attack really is to go for a fast break shot. But if it's not there, they can rely on their half-court execution to run a good play. But in the first quarter at least, even if Alaska is up by 3 points, you have to credit Pure Foods for forcing a lot of turnovers. Maganda yung kanilang on-the-ball pressure at pati na rin yung weak side health nila kaya nakaka-force ng maraming problema.
Apat na nga na turnover, as you said, para sa Alaska Aces. But let's see if they can convert on this end. Baroka trying to go baseline. Natamaan ng tuhod ni Romeo Travis, who says, I was just trying to protect the baseline, but the referee had blown his whistle. Pangunang foul ni Romeo Travis yan, the very reliable and steady import ng Alaska Aces. Kay Blakely. 8 to shoot, wants to go baseline. Created some space. Umatrap na si Travis doon. Ayaw magka-second foul.
Just too strong on that play. You are correct. Ayaw na ni Travis na maaga pa lang matawagan na siya ng dalawang personal fouls. Kaya he just gave that shot to Marcus Blakely.
1-point lead for the Alaska Aces, 12-11. We'll turn you over to Riza Diaz at courtside.
Charlie, with just a day in between with their first meeting, as sabi ni Coach Tim Cole, he doesn't want to overcoach these players. So what they did in practice yesterday, well, they tortured themselves watching the video of game number 1, seeing for themselves what went right and what went wrong. Ganun din si Coach Alex Compton. Run through lang dahil mas importante nga daw na makapagpahinga ang players. Ang bakbakan nangyayari daw dito sa court with the players, and of course, if you would notice them also by the sidelines, never-ending adjustments. Charlie.
Thanks a lot, Riza. Well, you know, yung torture para sa start siguro kahapon watching the tape. What's the second half? Dahil yung first half, medyo okay naman ang kanilang laro doon in game number 1. However, the second half, doon nga sila tumiklop.
They were playing so well. In fact, at the end of 2 quarters, they were still on top by 15 points. But pagdating sa third quarter, it was a huge 34-19 run for Alaska. But we've been in situations like this na back-to-back games. It's very important to rest those legs and just work on the mental aspect of the game. So yung ganun mga approach na video lang, viewing ka lang, maghapon magdamag, at makasave ng iyong mga paa para pagdating dito, pwede ka nang mag-all out.
Tama yun. You're looking at a series that you want to extend. I mean, di ba, ikaw ang trailing for Coach Tim Cohn's guys, and you know that you have to win 1 first, and maybe 2, at least 2 more after that. Kaya, preserve muna ng energy. When you talk about energy, Calvin Abueva the Beast is already in the game. Kaya agad yung crowd. I don't think it matters sino kalaban ng Alaska Aces. Basta pumasok si Abueva, nagre-react ang fans ng kabilang team, cheering him, and the fans of Alaska cheering him on.
No middle ground. If you're really following Calvin Abueva, is either you hate him or you love him dearly. But what is so important about this player is he's a huge difference maker. Malaking bagay sa Alaska to, especially the energy that he generates, especially if he comes off the bench.
Right now he's in there, as well as Chris Banchero, isa pang vital cog sa machine ng Alaska Aces, lalo na dyan sa backcourt. Kausap ko yan si Chris Banchero, he hoists up a 3 that's offline. But he gets his own rebound, and look at that, yan ang nagagawa ni Chris Banchero, loses it out of bounds however, but the effort, kailangan mabilib tayo ng konti ron dahil kapapasok lang sa laro, all out agad.
Maganda talaga yung pag-pick ng Alaska rito eh. Medyo bumaba siya sa draft. He was picked at number 5. But the Aces did a good job staying with him, and now he's getting the minutes in the rotation of Coach Alex.
He does a lot for them. He's the best player of the game yan. In the second and third conferences especially. Ito si Ping against Romeo Travis. Turnaround jumper offline. Bob Blakely wanted to follow up slam. Hindi niya na kompleto yan. May numbers ang Alaska Aces. They go to Caso, lost the handle. And there was a contact between the arm of Caso and the face of Baroka, but no call there. Ball will stay with the red shirts.
I have to credit Hotshots for really sprinting down in the paint, preventing that fast break points for Alaska. Nung nakita natin, parang may 4-on-2 advantage yung red shirts eh. Pero nakakuha naman ng magandang posisyon yung white shirts.
Biglang halos pantay na.
Pantay na bigla yung numero.
Calvin and Blakely. Sino mo kung nasa isang team yung dalawang yan? Siguro hirap na hirap yung kalaban makuha yung bola.
Magdadive yan, kung ano-ano gagawin. They will scratch and claw.
Joe Devans going under the defense of Calvin Abueva. Kompleto yung fast break first to ni JDV.
He did not score well in game 1. Only a total of 6 points for him in 19 minutes of action. Usually a reliable guy who will score like in the 15s. But ngayon, maganda yung kanyang first attack. And he scored.
Tama yun. After Guapo move from JDV brought to us by Master Face Scrub. Sikreto ng mga Guapo. Blakely the board. He has to watch it. Dalawang personals na ito si Marcus Blakely here in the first quarter. Quick pass to Ping inside. Resistance mula kay RT. And that's gonna be 2 free throws para kay Pingri. So 2 fouls each yung dalawang imports. We know how important they are in both their teams' attacks. Free throws brought to us by Smart. Live more. Ito si Ping, nagsalita nga. Kunento sa atin ni Risa kanina. Saying that, you know, when they lose focus, yung laro ng team nila, they can lose to anybody. Pero pag nakafocus sila, kaya naman nila lahat ng tao. You know, and he hasn't had a good conference himself. Ito si Mark Ping is very inconsistent na kanilang laro. Naalala natin, kontra sa Barangay Ginebra last week. Napagalitan pa siya ni Coach Tim Cohn because nawalan siya, rather against Global Port pala. Napagalitan pa siya ni Coach Tim Cohn dahil nawalan siya sa focus, getting called for a technical foul. And mula nun, he's been more focused, of course, no? And we know what he can bring here. Siya yung pangontra dyan kay Calvin Abueva.
Tama yan. He comes every game with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. He's not really a big-time scorer, but there was one game where he scored 25 points. He only had 4 points in game 1. Pero ngayon, yung focus niya, yun ang magiging drive ngayon for this Star Hotshots team. Really to be closer to one another and hope that they can tie this series. Alaska needed that timeout. because they were up 12-7 at one point. Pero it's a big 13-0 blast here for the Star Hotshots. So kailangan magbago yung momentum at magkaroon ng konting composure itong Alaska.
Hindi na maagaw ni Marcus Blakely, but Abueva gets it. Drive niya, iniwan kay Banchero. He hits that basket. Gusto niya yan. You know, he's daring enough to enter the paint despite being a guard. And gets a lot of his shots inside that shaded area.
And what about Abueva? That was already a lost play for them. He scrambled for that possession and was still able to make a good assist pass to his open teammate.
The miss from JDV. Approaching the 2-minute mark ng ating first quarter. Banchero, hesitation move. That's an offensive foul na draw ni Mark Pingris yan.
That was a good call because he had to lower his elbow. Mark Pingris was not exactly in the right position on that play, but because of that elbow which hit the head of Mark Pingris, that was really a good call, an offensive foul called against Banchero.
At saka si Pingris, one of those guys who knows how to sell the call.
Yes.
Talagang sinigurado niya pipito yung referee. Getting the possession back para sa kanyang koponan. Goes inside to Joe Devance. Simon, the baseline drive, kicks it back out to Devance. Hesitation sa tres. Taps it over to Baroka, humingi ng traveling yung kalaban. No call. Banchero finally gets the ball. Bounce paloob kay Abueva.
Now, this is part of the focus that you don't want to lose, especially if Alaska makes a basket. You have to anticipate that they will go on a full court press right away. So you cannot relax. You have to inbound the ball the right way. At yun ang nangyari rito kay Mark Pingris. He probably became so complacent na mag-isa lang si Banchero. Pero naka-force pa rin ang turnover yung Alaska.
And now, chance to cut this to just two. That's exactly what Calvin Abueva does. All of a sudden, 6-0 run para sa Alaska Aces.
And we were talking about the importance of their import, Travis, for Alaska. Kaya nakapahinga na siya rito. And yet, yun pa yung mga pagkakataon nakakabalik itong Alaska. At ito, may chance pa sila either to tie the basket or tie the game or a three-point shot. Pero hindi naman pumasok. Swerte yung Star doon.
Good pass from Blakely to Devance. Finds its way over to DJ Simon. At siya naman na nakatres to stretch the lead to 5. That's a 5-point swing kung titignan mo.
Yes, an opportunity for Alaska to score. They failed, and then the other side of the court, nakashoot si PJ Simon. His first three-point shot here in this ball game, and a good 5-point lead for the Star Hotshots.
Ganda ng sagot nila, no? Naka 6-0 run nga. Yun yung sagot nila. PJ, look at the way he watches the ball as it travels towards the hoop. Nakakatan laro ni PJ, no? As the rounds have gone on quarters, ang ganda ng laro nila sa semis. Stepping up as well offensively.
Very slow start also for PJ. In the first 7 games, he even missed all of his shots from the three-point area. But in game 1, he had 16. So you are correct when you said bumabalik na yung kanyang kumpiyansa. Delikado to, maski sino ang kalaban ng Star.
Tama yun. Last second chance for Star Hotshots. But Pingris trying to draw a foul. Mintis ang kanyang tira. 5 seconds to work with for the Aces. What's Abueva gonna do? He'll stop and pop from 3. And he knocks it down at the buzzer. And that's gonna count. I-review pa nila referee, sure na sure counted yun.
He was on the ball. He understood the remaining shot clock and the game clock in the first quarter. And obviously, it's a three-point play. The score is tied at 23 apiece.